Afternoon, everybody. This is Anthony from Airsoft on our first outdoor of the year. Oh, it's so nice. Oh, it's so glorious. It's Ask the Question and Answer show where you ask questions down below in the doobly-doo. We answer them, or we post up on Facebook. You ask them there. I got my battle buddies.
Evan, Ryan
Bauer's initial run. We're gonna see how this goes, and if he screws it up, he won't come back. So, either way, we're gonna start this off. Let's do it. Let's pull a question. All right, this one is from 1,000 Shots Fired. Hey, how's it going, Amped? I saw you guys were visited by GMR recently. How was that? Personally, I think they seem like a solid group of guys from what I can see of social media, but I've not met them in person, so I don't really know. Hopefully I run into them in an op. I also saw that they brought their custom map packs. How did they feel? I wasn't able to buy them but when they were released, but they look pretty good to me. Sorry for the long question. I'm just curious about GMR since I might be going to some of the same ops as them in the near future put on by MSATO. Thanks and keep up the great work. Hashtag keep it real. All right, so how's it going? Oh, we're good. Let's see here. He's asking about GMR. I've only met them on the side when they came into the shop. I didn't get a chance to play with them. There's a lot of stuff out there, so I leave that up to the court of public opinion on all that. I just met them face to face, and they seem like nice guys face to face. That's what I'll say. Like I said, I've never played a game with them, so I wouldn't know. All the stuff that went down about them happened before I started playing NatOps, so I just don't know.
me and Saffron went and played with them at Steel City at the local field around here. And honestly, we had a great time.
Yeah, I heard they were on. I heard that was the behavior was perfect.
Yeah, the behavior was perfect. We had no problems with them at all. Nobody complained about them. So I had fun when they were out here.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've never played with them, so I'm not allowed to make any assumptions about that. About their map packs, those things were really nice. Actually, they were really nice. A little expensive in my book, a little too expensive, but they were super nice. Had a lot of neat features on them that you don't normally see in a lot of other military issue back panels and stuff like that, but I thought they were cool. Do you think they were cool?
They were cool.
A little too small.
Yeah, for HP users, you might want to be wary depending on if you care about your tank sticks out a little bit, but really they were nice, solid backpacks. They were designed really nice. They're made out of good material, stuff like that.
I thought they were pretty cool. I mean, the Oscam one was really nice.
Six.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That one was six.
I brought my Mayflower in to like kind of compare the back size, and it looked like it would fit perfectly on it. So I mean,
so basically that one. Okay, we're gonna start doing this. Also, new format. When you guys start asking like very similar questions, we're gonna start taking them and we're gonna read them both because it's the same question. So just read them both and then answer the question.
All right. First one's from Big Easy Airsoft. Hey Amped, have you guys seen the Trip to SC Viper video? What are your thoughts on it? Can you give out a shout out to Easy Company LA? P.S.
Hi, Easy Company LA.
P.S. I still can't believe someone dropped that ENL SMP AK at Black Sheep Shelby.
Should have raffled him a sling. That poor kid got razzed instantly by somebody.
So much time on that gun. And then the fact that someone was using glass BBs. Love this vid and keep up the good work. Hashtag
Biovols.
Jet fuel
got one right
can't
here.
melt steel beams. Hashtag Bush did it 9/11.
Wow, okay. Anyways, read the next guy.
Okay, next one is from Jake Voss. I'm not sure if you guys have heard or not, but Giant Sports Z in SoCal, the company that owns SC Village and HSP, have implemented a new rule that forces two separate groups, Alpha and Bravo. The Alpha group allows PolarStars and anyone that wants to play in the Advanced group. The Bravo group doesn't allow PolarStars or any HBA setup. What are your thoughts on the segregation of HBA systems?
All right, so basically this comes from that, remember that video we were watching when we were at...
full auto one?
Yeah, that full auto one where those dudes were just... that was absurd. I was a little...
That video was bad, but again, I do not know the complete backstory. But I've heard rumors that it was some kind of guerrilla game where you just shot until you gave up.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've heard two different stories, so I can't really comment on it. So,
yeah.
If there wasn't a guerrilla game, that was bad.
That was bad.
That was real bad. If it was a guerrilla game, you know, I still don't think it was okay, but hey, it's...
Now, what do you think about like HPA users being segregated out because of that?
I don't agree with that whatsoever. I mean, if you have a PolarStar shooting 1 joule limit and you've got an AG shooting the same joule limit, doesn't matter. There's some AGs that can shoot just as fast as PolarStars if you put enough money into them. I mean, there was a game where all my guys, my TF-150 guys, me and him are on, we went out, we were all shooting 1.1 joules, and we got called out for chronoing, and then so we had everyone else chrono, and all the AGs except for one
failed.
Was over 1.5, the lowest 1.59 joules. Everyone else was shooting way over.
Yeah,
so
every single one of the AGs failed at that event. They all failed chrono.
I do not
because they were all using 2.5s to hit the 400 FPS mark. So we were like, well, let's do it. But bring them on, let's do it.
Yeah.
And so
they
all
only
failed.
called us out. They didn't call anybody else. But we were like, no, if you're gonna chrono us, you gotta chrono everyone. So I don't agree with that whatsoever.
Very funny.
But maybe the players are different out there where you guys live. But personally, I don't think that's really.
I don't like the idea of segregating people because then what it does is it demonizes stuff. It's supposed to be a I'm slurring the crap out of that. It's supposed to be a sport of honor, so like, you know, it kind of bothers me that like you're questioning people's honor before they even you even know for sure if they've done something to make a mistake or not.
Now about that AK, yes, it's sad he dropped it, and I did spend a lot of time on it, but those things are built really nice.
It was all steel.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It
you
was
put
fine.
a little scuff on it, it'd be fine.
It's fine. So, all right.
What do you think about that, Bauer? Before we answer another question.
With the PolarStar and AG stuff?
Yeah, like segregating them because of all that controversy.
Well, I mean, I don't really know much about the whole Joel stuff. I'll tell you that. But the fact that AGs aren't able to like double tap real fast and stuff like that, but PolarStars they tend to.
It depends.
Yeah.
That's all situational. Like there's plenty of times I've seen AGs shoot just as fast. Like it all depends on like the money that you put into it.
Just so you guys know, I don't think any of us here run really high at rounds per second. We all run.
I run whatever the realistic rate of fire is for an M4.
My DN,
about 800 rounds a minute.
I don't know about you. I know me and Anthony run our DN like really high. So.
Yeah. So like my rate of fire is generally pretty garbage.
So
I shoot faster on semi than I do on full auto. Let's put it that way.
Oh,
whenever I do run it. Oh, that big fluffy puppy.
A big dog.
Hey, snap.
All right.
Alrighty. Next question.
Distractions.
Next question comes from MotoFan130. Hey Amped, I was wondering what were the 2 upcoming games this year you were looking forward to the most and why?
Go ahead and answer that, Bauer. We'll go this way. Start with you and we'll go to me.
I have no idea.
He's not even allowed to go to him yet.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, he has to wait till after May. That's right. Because he's a baby.
The first 2 after May. How about that? Very good.
I forget the names, to be honest.
Well,
with
you're
you.
so garbage at this. All right, answer that. Go,
my,
Evan.
my 2 favorite. I'm excited for Grayling, which is next weekend. I had a blast down at Shelby. That was my first nat op, so I'm really excited for Grayling. And then the next one is I'm not gonna be able to get to go with the shop technically, but I'm gonna go with them. I'm gonna pay to go. But Milsom West down in South Carolina, right? South Carolina. That's gonna be an awesome game. 40 hours straight, not allowed to leave the field. I've heard really good things about the games out in the West. It's the first time they'll be out here in the East, so I'm really excited for it.
I agree. My most anticipated is definitely Milsom West. Just like from a former military standpoint, like I like the idea that it's 40 hours straight. They punish you for screwing up. No immersion breaking. I mean, even if it was a little bit more gamesmanship in it than what they want, I would still be okay with it as long as they had like the penalties for being unprepared and stuff. Like I really enjoy the fact that like for example, like if your stuff goes down, you better bring enough stuff on the field to fix it or bring a backup gun with you on the field, because once you leave, if you leave the play field, you're done. Like you don't get let back on. I like that. So what it does is it really brings a whole new level of like preparedness and a whole new level of people having all their stuff square. There's not going to be as much scrubbiness because people know that if they don't have their stuff square, they're just punishing themselves and wasting their ticket.
It's definitely a game to get with your battle buddies to make sure everyone's square, like how you guys did it in actual armies. Make sure you check everyone else. You don't check you.
They also loot dead people, so you can steal everybody's ammo and stuff like that.
They issue you ammo. You don't get to take your own ammo. They give it to you, and if you get shot and someone loots you, better go.
And I was gonna say, what's my number 2 is definitely still, I say this all the time every time one of these questions come up, but I loved Revelations. And I loved going to the last 2, and either the one that's this summer or the one that's this December again. I'm gonna love going to those. Oh, they're so hilarious.
The shop will be empty.
Yeah, there'll be like nobody here to work because everyone's gonna be out having fun. Those are the 2 I'm looking forward to. Personally.
So is the summer one definitely happening?
Yeah, they announced it.
It's announced the tickets are open. Right?
Yeah, I believe so.
I want to go to that.
Let's pick one that's like relative, like not a book. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, this isn't really okay. Let's see here. SSO Georgia asks, Xbox One, PS4, or PC guys? I'm an Xbox One. Most of the rest of the shop is both or PS4.
PS4.
Yeah, PS4. And if any of you have Xbox One, I challenge your strongest player to a 1v1 to 10 kills in Battlefield 4 TDM. If you win, I send you a bag of good candy, not the day after Halloween leftover crap. But if I win, I get your gamer tag. I have 2-day trial cards that you can use to protect your identity until I bring the smackdown. Hashtag scared bro. Hashtag JK, it'll be fun. Like I said, I'm okay with people knowing my gamer tag as long as they figure it out. I don't really care. Like,
I don't play video games too much.
we could do some game nights. Let's pull another shorter one.
I'm still just learning Minecraft.
Yeah, he's got that Minecraft thing down. Austin Allgeier. Oh, man, I'm sorry guys, I'm so bad at names. So I'm thinking about making my M4 into a DMR. How should I go about this? It's an Elite Force M4 CQB. He puts in parentheses, yeah, CQB equals DMR, right? It has the stock light spring. I'm shooting around 370 with a 2. Also have a longer 602 barrel and a G&G green hop-up, probably hop-up rubber. Or should I just get a P-Star and make that a DMR? If I went that route, I'd have a budget of $500 to $700, and it would be my first P-Star. My thing is you should just go with what you're comfortable with. What do you think, Evan? Like, go with what you...
I mean, with a budget like that, you could
you could build it pretty solid, especially if you already have a body.
Yeah, you could get a nice P-Star, but the fact that you've probably got to put all the extra internal stuff to make it, the DMR special. I would really, right now, if that's your limit, I would save up. That would be my number one thing. Just keep saving up. It's not, trust me, I spend so much money, used to spend so much money on guns because they keep breaking. I would just never save up, so I just have all these bad guns. So just keep saving up. But if you're really impatient, you really want to get something right now, a good barrel, inner barrel like a Promi or a Fox or an Orga. Yeah. A good inner barrel with a good hop up. Pro-Ins are really nice, and a flat hop build. That's the thing we preach all the time. Just get the nice barrel build.
It's a good starter way to go.
370 FPS, that's a pretty good FPS range. I mean, if you want to deal with like disengage your full to do semi-semi, you probably can most fields around 450. So if you want to upgrade your spring, but you're probably gonna have to upgrade some other stuff in there too. So I would just look into a good barrel though, and hop beat is the way to just start.
A lot of guys I know who have DMRs never use them.
No.
Because Airsoft, the ranges are already so short, and you can cover the distance where your meds will become an issue in most games. I always just tell people to stick with a really nice rifle. Just a nice rifleman setup, because most nice rifleman setups will shoot just as far as DMRs. And even if they don't, you can run the extra 20 feet forward to get...
That's why snipers are pretty much useless, unless you've got like some super tuned one.
Yeah, like super tuned to the max laser beam.
That's why snipers are really useless, because can have a saw that can shoot the same distance and put 10 times the amount of rounds down range. So
exactly.
That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, go for it. Full question.
Coulter M, MOSFET 101. Plug and play, doesn't protect trigger contacts, soldered in, protects contacts. Oh, that's from the last one.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
All right, well, that's fair. I mean, okay, pull another one then. That was real short.
Thank you. No, I know. All right, William Boardman. Hey guys, got a question for you. Recently got a 417 was going to change the hop up from a stock unit to a Pro-Win. The problem is the Pro-Win would not fit into the slot. Do you know of any aftermarket units, preferably rotary style, that would work? Also, any recommendations on external upgrades other than just grips, sights, etc.? Thanks and love the show. I don't know of any 417.
Here's the big thing about a 417. Like, the hop up is proprietary. You're just kind of stuck with it. You can flat hop it, or R hop it, and do stuff like that. Upgrade your barrel and your hop up rubber and your nubs and stuff, but you're stuck with your actual hop up. Like, that's just it. The only thing you can do is get a stock replacement one. You could, external wise, it's a 308 rifle. So there's like, other than grips and bipods and sights, you're not looking at any external upgrades either. Like there's no replacement stocks that'll fit that buffer tube. There's no, like it's just, you're just kind of stuck with what you got mostly. There are a couple of like H&K Humorex brand rails out there that are longer. So you can get like an extended rail if you wanted to do that and a longer out of barrel, but I don't think you need to do that honestly because I think it's big enough. There's not a lot you can do with it really.
Slap some paint on there.
Yeah, spray paint that guy up. Get it all scuffed up and spray paint it.
Rattle paint it. Put a couple little sights and bipod or whatever you want.
And zip some people.
And there you go.
And do your hop up stuff. There you go.
There you go.
Alrighty. Next question comes from Jack24.
Ah, from Germany again.
Hey Amped, I watch now nearly every video, and I have to say you are awesome. So my question is,
thank you, sir.
What should I wear as a support gunner? Just a normal rifleman loadout, or something special like less mags but more BBs and bottles, or something like this? In regards, from Germany, and stay fresh. Hashtag banana pants.
Hashtag banana pants. Who here has run a saw before?
Not me.
Not you. You run a saw before?
No, but I've got some ideas.
You got some ideas about it? All right, I've done a saw before. So like, big thing you're gonna need to do is you need to kind of consider what type of saw you're running. If you're gonna run like a Shrike or something like that, or an M249 that'll take M4 mags, why not carry some extra mid caps if you're doing a Milsim game for your battle buddies and for yourself if your high cap runs out. Other than that, just so like think of it like this, like you know you got like maybe like 3 M4 mid caps on you just in case you need them or you need to give them to a buddy. And then like you got like a nice GP pouch with like a big bag of BBs that you can pour into the box mag whenever you have some downtime. And I think that's pretty much solid. Like that's about all you're gonna need, unless you want to keep a dump pouch on you in case you got to carry some stuff or like somewhere to put extra miscellaneous stuff is always a good idea. Yeah. So if you have like a belt, you can run a dump pouch, just throw random things in there because you never know when you're gonna have to pick something up off the ground and carry it around. So backpack maybe, nothing too serious.
Something like your chest rig.
Oh yeah, like the rack.
Yeah,
the rack, because you could cover that with all kinds of pouches and just do whatever you want. You could lay it on top of something else. Yeah, I mean it's pretty situational dependent. Kind of depends on what kind of gun you're gonna run. If you're running like an MG36, you might want to carry like some extra G36 high caps or mid caps or something like that. Or if you're running a saw, you might be, if you're allowed to, you might be able to run extra high caps or something to fit into your mag well. Whenever your if your box mag takes a dump on you or something like that. Same thing with a Shrike, you can run high caps in it. Just kind of depends on your bro, kind of. RPK, same thing. Might want to carry like 1 or 2 extra mags just in case. Have you ever thought about running a saw, young Bauer?
No, not really. Mainly because of like weight concerns and stuff like that.
Oh, you're so young and small.
You need some guns. Like
you need some guns like Evan over here. With these little scabs and stuff all over him.
Oh, there's so many BB welds. Okay.
Oh, Jaffa Cake's here. The TM870 gas tri-shot, is it as awesome as it seems? I like guns a little off the beaten path, and shotguns are sick. I agree, shotguns are fucking cool. An HPA tap on it with the Angry Gun or GMP stock conversion would be convenient, give some adjustability. What do you guys think? Stay classy, sirs. Then also he asked a secondary question to his own. He goes, does it have the same delicate tri-shot air nozzle that the spring shotguns have? It's a different air nozzle. I would definitely avoid the full-size tactical. I'm going to tell you why, because it came out first and they haven't switched over to manufacturing them exactly the same as the Breacher. The Breachers, since they're more CQB oriented than the full-size ones, they have a lot better slide assembly and a lot better cocking mechanism. They're much less prone to breaking. So I would run a Breacher personally. Richie from Team Fart runs that, and he has a gas tube that's been HPA tapped with adjustable stock on it. He put a railed fore end on it with a vert grip for pump. And it is hilarious. It's so cool. I think they're awesome. I've seen a couple of dudes do it. I saw one at Top, and the dude was just spam firing around corners on 6-shot. It had it on 6-shot even. He was just like, bah, 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 bah. And kids were just like running away. It was worth it. Definitely sick. I enjoyed that immensely.
All right, Jack24. There once was a German operator. His name was Klaus, because it's a typical German name. He was drinking beer and eating bretzel in his leather pants like all German. So one day he thought, I want to be different than the other ones out there. He took out his laptop and searched all day and night until he found the right thing. You gotta give him some leeway. Okay. It's from Germany.
Okay.
He placed the order, and In the time of waiting, he was eating more pretzel because all Germans eat pretzel. The package came right on time. He was looking freaking awesome in his LBX Ranger Green kit and his Mayflower APC. His muscular arms hold on the awesome ANK M249 para, but then he found out that he had a problem. There was no scope on his awesome gun, so he was not looking tactical enough. Klaus was not sure which sight or scope he should use because there are so many on the market. So dear guys from Ant, can you help Klaus? Which sight is most practical on a saw? Hashtag Klaus the Operator, hashtag German eating pretzel, hashtag we have the best beer, hashtag love the show, hashtag Ranger Green rules.
I would agree Ranger Green is awesome.
I love my G&G Elcan sight, and I think they look pretty sexy on saws, but I don't know as far as useful with the saw.
My thing is with a saw, you're just supposed to be more so laying down like a field of fire. You're supposed to just control. So I'd like to use something that would help me keep both eyes open and be able to scan my peripheral a little better. So maybe just a simple red dot sight would probably be pretty slick. I know in the Army they used to issue lots of ACOGs or RCOs as they're called there, like rifle combat optics, or that's what they would issue on saws. So that way they could have a little bit of zoom, because saws are actually very accurate in the real world. They're very accurate. So like they would let you put like zoomed optics on them and you'd still be pretty effective. I know Elcans are typically seen on them, like the original Elcan models. Any one of those would be fine. I'd prefer a red dot sight personally, so that way I can keep my eyes open, because airsoft range isn't very far, so I don't need a zoom.
Sure.
What do you guys think?
I like that.
You like your Elcan?
I like that.
What do you think? What do you think, Bowles?
Looks wise, probably the Elcan, because I mean, I just think they would look cool on the saw. But practically, probably just like regular red dot, like an NC Star red dot, something like that.
Yeah, something that wouldn't get shot out as easy. Something that you won't have dust, like glass dust, like laying around.
Especially because of how big the Elcan's sight is. It's just
Not
massive.
yet.
Not yet. Still hasn't been shut yet.
You're just waiting to have a $150 paperweight. Go.
Oh yeah. Alright, this one comes from BTB Airsoft Team. Hi Amped Airsoft, here is a book. I just got a PolarStar and I was wondering what nozzle and other stuff should I use to save air. Also, yesterday was the first day I used it and I ran out of air in 3.5 games. I think my tank is a Ninja 45 something.
I think he probably has like a 48 3000 is what he was going for.
Tank. Also, since now I have an HBA tank instead of a CO2 tank for my Tippmann, since I just got the HBA tank, which I'm misreading stuff. With my PolarStar, what line should I use with it for the Tippmann? Also, on most of my social media, people have been private messaging me saying my PolarStar and Tippmann man, can you be my best friend? Also, I was wondering, instead of a CQB Russian HPA value, if it's possible to make one but have a value like the Tippmann in it, so it could run off of CO2. Also, some point in a month or two, I will be coming by to check out the shop. Also, I wanted to know if you guys...
More than welcome to. Speak up, you'll power.
I'm sorry. If any uppers that will fit on a CM16 Raider L without the triangle sight. Also, what would you want to change about the Tippmann M4? What would you think?
There's like 7 questions in there.
Tippmann AK. Hashtag Tippmann and PolarStar man equals hashtag friendship forever. Also, keep up the good work. Wipeout.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Okay, so let's
attack
these.
I'm sorry.
Let's attack these.
Oh, wondering what nozzle and stuff you would save air.
Okay, so first of all, if you want to save air, primarily save air, Type or barrel, like a red nozzle or a purple plus nozzle, depending on what your joule limit is and how low you can get it, how short your barrel is. Gold poppet shims, lightning banjo, and that would give you, would roughly be able to double the amount of shots out of your tank at least.
Yeah.
That would be what you'd be able to do. Those are all your parts. What's the next question?
Okay, also you should what line should you use for the
Ninja, you're going to need the Ninja UFA and fill whip with the slide check, because the Tippmann does not use a regulator. Now is your 48 cubic inch 3000 psi tank, is that a SLP or a standard paintball tank. If it's a standard tank, you're good. The SLP tank won't have enough output pressure to function the Tippmann correctly. So just keep that in mind.
Also, instead of a CQB rush from the HPA valve, is it possible to make one out of a valve like the Tippmann so it can run off CO2?
What is he talking about, a PolarStar, or is he talking about the Tippmann? Because the Tippmann just runs off CO2. If you put the pistol grip valve in that runs for HPA, it runs off the same stuff.
I'm not too sure, honestly.
I don't know what he's going for there.
Yeah,
sorry.
Ask a question later, or message us on
Facebook or something.
They'll take care of it.
The bus.
Also, I don't know if you guys have any uppers that will fit on a CM16 Raider L without the triangle sight.
We have some plastic upper receivers that have no parts on them for combat machines floating around, I think. We got some used ones too.
I'm not too sure. I don't remember.
Yeah, we'd have to like take an inventory of the tech room. It's kind of a grenade right now because of all the nat ops and stuff. Everything's all tossed. Everything's just all tossed everywhere.
And what would you guys think of if Tippmann made an AK?
I think it would be awesome.
I was actually thinking about that last night. I was like, oh, that would be so cool. I'd get an AK for that.
That would be cool. I think it would be awesome. Just like.
Oh, and what do you want to change about that Tippmann?
The hop up.
Hop up.
Hop up. That's the only thing that needs changed, really, because the trigger boxes can be fixed. It's just they had early manufacturing problems. So most of the later ones still work, and the hop up is just a design flaw that you can get it to work if you do some modifications. But I'd like it to shoot better just without doing modifications. That's the point. If you're not technically skilled, it might be an issue. But if you're technically skilled, you can make the Tippmann shoot laser beams. Like it's very, very possible. Let's see here. I got 1,000 shots fired again. iAmp loved the video. You always the best on the YouTubes. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I have the chance to HBA tap a KWA MT7. I know it would be fun to run, and I also could get the chance for a nice SMP setup. So I'm stuck in the decision, and I know Biggs knows all the HPA stuff. Also, have you guys heard anything on the SMP G&G blowback kit? We saw the blowback kit at Shelby. Yeah, Rich Lort, the guy who runs Wolverine was there. It was pretty cool. It was like, it was kind of cool.
I get the fear plastic.
I did. It was pretty fun. I don't necessarily see the need for it personally, but I mean, whatever. It was cool. Let's see here. Would you HPA tap an MP7 or would you get an SMP? Me personally, I would get an SMP. HPA tapping an MP7 would be hilarious because you get all the recoil and all that stuff, but it would make mag changes a lot slower and a lot more tedious. Plus you have to buy a lot of extra parts and stuff to modify all your mags, and that could get really expensive. But is it cool? Yeah, totally. It's totally hilariously fun. But I would get the SMP just for ease of use.
You're going to spend more fixing the MP7 than you will the SMP, because there's a lot of parts. Like KWA nice when they're like nice out of the box, they're fine, but once they break, they're a nightmare. And it just seems like an old car, like you're just constantly replacing parts.
You just chase the weakest part.
Just go with the SMP. Trust me, I love KWA stuff, but just go with the SMP.
Save yourself a hassle.
Yeah. Badger Airsoft. Which barrel for an AAG? Miracle Barrel or Prometheus Type 4? Also, what do you think about an inner barrel running through a cream-filled banana? Okay, Miracle Barrel Prometheus. I love Prometheus. They're made out of a lot better material. I run one personally in my PolarStar right now.
I do as well.
You do as well. They're just a solid bet. It's really my favorites are Orga and Promi. Those are my two.
That's exactly how I have mine stuff set up. I have two setups. I have a Promi setup for air efficiency, and I have an Orga setup for range.
There you go.
That's what I got.
What do you think about the inner barrel running through a cream-filled banana? If it's for an HPA setup, no, don't run it through the cream-filled banana. It's for a AG. That's actually perfectly fine. That's what kind of they were meant for. When they first came out was to protect the inner barrel from getting bent or hit when you're running off something. So,
the only thing I would say is you got to make sure that your setup for your AEG has enough air volume to push a BB out your longer barrel. So there's a point where you'll get a barrel that's too long and you won't be able to push the BB out. Your FPS will just dramatically drop because you won't have enough ability to push the BBs out. So just keep that in mind. Don't go too long.
Yeah. 363 is like the perfect length for any gun.
Just about, yeah.
All right, next question comes from Jason Bolanos. I think that's how you pronounce it. I flat hopped my gun the other day and I used everything you guys recommended and it did exactly the way you showed and it does not put any hop on the BB. The BBs fly about 70 feet then drop and I'm using a SMP. What can I do to fix this?
If you have a Pro in, which you might if you're doing how
we did it, yeah.
I had a guy at Freelander have the same problem. what you gotta check is make sure you put the arm in the pro and make sure it goes in that little slot of the wheel.
Yeah,
so if not,
that's a common mistake.
You'll just keep turning it, but it's not actually moving the arm. So make sure you've got that arm actually in the slot. Other than that, it sounds like maybe the barrel might actually fallen out, or maybe the barrel might have been twisted somehow. I would just take it apart.
Just take it all apart and just check and make sure everything's all put together correctly.
Worst comes to worst, you can send it to us and I'll fix you up.
Yeah. It's not too hard of a fix, but when it happens, it just kind of feels, you're like, burp, boop, oh, whatever. But back to me already. All right, 5-minute frenzy, doing it.
Go.
Chris Mellon, what would you rather do? Ride on a space hopper naked with Simon Cowell or around 5 miles every week, or have a bath of mayo with Obama every night? I'd take the mayo bath with Obama. He's not that bad of a guy, guys. Come on, seriously. 5-star Airsoft, another great video. Keep them coming. Thank you, appreciate it. Pat Phoenix, I see what you did there. What up, Amped? Whose beard would win in a fight, Evans or Matt's? Matt's is really full, but Evans is like kind of scraggle. I don't know.
Pointy.
We could throw down and make it see how it would work. Waffle Man Media. How are the Three Rivers paintball events? It's closer to me than Mercer is, so I'm considering it. I've never been to one yet. Did you enjoy it?
What?
The TRP?
I actually really liked it. Yeah.
It's okay, good. Andrew Dompierre, hey Amped, keep up the great work. Pleb to Pro MOSFETs, wired or plug-in. I think we can do that. We gotta wait till we get MOSFETs back in stock because they disappear as soon as they come in. So that would be the problem. Pop Do 1000, that intro, 1010. I think he's referring to the.
We're all sitting around.
We're all sitting around trying to win it. I beat my wife finally, by the way. Thomas Schaefer, also for Blind Fury, Blade is looking at doing green V-Tan plus civvies, M81 Woodland swag, hashtag. Like I said, I'll be Joseph Stalin, I don't care, I'll murder everything. Cody Mashburn, can you guys do a video on a PolarStar from plugging the line in to turning the SLP regulator on and explaining it all? I mean, we could, but there's so many videos about that, man. We could do it though, I guess. Jake Vase, the whole purpose of my question was to make Anthony laugh. Mission accomplished. Well, congratulations, sir. Congratulations. Cameron D, what sane person would get close to mercury? Well, they didn't know, and it was in powder form, so they just were walking through it. Those poor guys at Lightning Strike, they had no clue. MotoFan130, hey Amped, I was wondering what your guys' thoughts were on AKs with an M4 rail conversion on them. Thanks. Like with an M4 front end, I don't like them. I think they're a little ugly, personally. Joseph Pham, Evan looks like a whiter Stephen Curry.
I don't know who that is.
He doesn't even know who that is. Like, Jack24, hey guys, what do you think of Thunder Bees and Airsoft impact grenades? I like them, but I don't like losing things I have to pay for. I like things that are more disposable, personally. Like P-nades. Kyle Scott, I'm on Ass Stamped, woot! Oh, Jake from State Farm made it.
Well, that was Jake from
That was Jake from State Farm.
Thank you, Jake.
Hovan Molina, I thought the SIG MPX comes in 9mm, 357, and Smorty 40 Smith & Wesson. You're probably right. I have no clue, dude. I've only seen one at like a trade show. I didn't actually get to like shoot it. So, Michael Anthony Florentino, hey Amped, I'm getting a PolarStar very soon. I would like to know the best regulator out there. I heard it was the Firebase, but I'm not sure. Thank you. Actually, it really just depends on what you want to do. If you want to use regular tanks, you go with a Firebase or an LPR. If you want to use SLP tanks, go with the SLP regulator. SLP regulator is faster refresh rate for rate of fire, but overall it doesn't. It's up to you. Personal preference, really. They both work. E runs the Firebase, no problems.
No problem.
SLP, no problems. Doesn't matter. Steamed Rice 123, meow. Asses all the way. It's a good time to be alive for ass men. The revolution is here. My girlfriend didn't have an ass. I can say that because she'll never watch these videos and she broke up with me. Ass, ass, ass. Oh, poor meow. The struggle is real. Gen 0v4, DMR AK-47, BRB, gotta throw up. As good as a M4 CQB DMR. I'm sorry. RK Shuri Games, so the Bolt Sim is now a thing. Yeah, I know. You saw that on the PolarStar owners group. It's pretty sweet. Kinda can't wait to try it out. I'm excited for it. FAT Milsim, have you all heard anything on the up-and-coming G&G Sistema style gun coming out? I've heard stuff about it, but until I see it in person, I'm not allowed to have like an opinion on it. I'm sorry, man. Jacob Diego, what's that sexy shotgun in front of the S&P or P-Star, and where can I build one? Oh, that's Richie's TM Breacher. Super cool. Richie put a lot of love into that. It's Team Fart. You can check him out on Facebook. He'll probably answer it there if you want to ask him about it. Tom Sarasso, lol, fucking Stu and his Russian. Stu. You came back today finally from school. He's back. Stu will be back. Rick Plowman, I have an older CA M15A4 and I think it's from 2008. Would a 200 price range gun really outperform the gun I have now? I don't know. It depends on how well it's been taken care of and what kind of hop-up parts and stuff it has in it. It really just depends. There's so much dependence in airsoft. You really just have to test things out for sure to see how it'll work. Jason Bolanos, where can I find a cream-filled banana and would you recommend a Tippmann for recoil? Can't wait for the rest of the view. Let's see here. A cream-filled banana, you can buy them at www.ampedairsoft.com. And the Tippmann for recoil, I love the Tippmann personally. I'm gonna get one, Evan's gonna get one, Matt's gonna get one. We've torn them all apart. We know what we can do to fix them and it's not too hard or anything like that, so we're just gonna do it. We're all just gonna do it because I'm tired of FCUs and solenoids and crap. Blitzkrieg NZ, what's the deal with that shotgun in front of you and can I have it? No, Richie's TM is not gonna happen.
That's it.
That's it? Dude, I did pretty well, man. There was a shit ton of those. I got a lot of them out. We're good. We're doing good today. Doing good. Thanks for asking the question, guys, by the way. So is it back to me for the normal question as well?
Yes.
All right. All right. All right. God, I love the view up here. Oh, it's so fun.
It's like the perfect
Fuck
day
you,
out too.
Steelers.
Browns fan.
I said it.
I said it.
I don't watch football, so I don't care.
Spartan NVG, the whole gear discussion. I use a battle belt exclusively. I have all of my gear in a small duffel bag full of all my gear. Probably keeps it in your car and shit, and it's a spawn point. Smart idea. Now a question. I've been working on an HBA tap gas blowback for a few months. I haven't put too much money into it so far, maybe $100 total. Would it be worth it to buy a regulator or just start buying gas blowback mags? Next purchase would actually completely depend on you because I don't know what your complete end goal is, how many mags you want, all that stuff. I don't know for sure. So it really just depends on you. Matthew's going sneak mode. You're still running.
You're ruining everything.
Matthew's doing sneak mode over here. He's trying to be all professional and I'm ruining everything.
Alright, Impulse Airsoft. Hey Amp, I'm looking to...
Trolling.
Hey Amp, I'm looking to buy a new gun soon. I'm looking for an AG or an HPA gun. My price range can be anywhere up to $700.
Well, you got enough, man.
It can be a lot lower than that price. That's just my maximum. It should be a pretty high-end gun that won't have a lot of issues and should just be a badass gun overall. Any suggestions? Keep up the awesome work, and I can't wait to see more of the series. Okay, first off, I would recommend for maybe mid-range, lower-end market, not lower-end market, mid-range market, like the Crytek.
Yeah, let's
solid. Oh
let's start like this. What would be your go-to no upgrades needed AEGs? I have a list. So I agree with your Crytek a lot. I completely agree with you. The only thing you would maybe need to do with that is maybe a barrel, maybe a nicer barrel in it, and that'd be about it. The ASG Scorpion shoots amazing for a gun that only has a barrel that's this long. Like it shoots laser beams. And has a bolt stop feature. That's really cool. That's about 500 minus mid caps. It's about 500. An E&L AK is a very bog standard AK V3 in terms of like the parts that are in it, but it's so well put together that it just shoots amazing. Those would be my top 3 AEGs. If you wanted to stay in the middle price bracket for an HPA gun, you could get an SMP. You don't have to go super hardcore with a PolarStar. You can get an SMP and save yourself some money. I know the F1 and the Jack are coming soon too. What would you pick, Bauer? If you had to pick between any of that, what would you pick?
Probably an SMP.
You'd probably pick an SMP?
SMP or Crytek, there you go.
And if you're really comfortable with your teching skills, you could probably go with a Tippmann, because that would fill in there too, price range wise, but it's not for the faint of heart. I suggest people who are more experienced get a Tippmann, just because like it's a tinkerer's gun. Like it's for people who like to get in there and like finger bang stuff. Who's answering?
Alright, next question comes from Logan Martin. Hey guys, another awesome video. Thank you very much. I would like to start getting into airsoft, but I don't know what guns I should get. I already have a pistol in mind, but no AEG. I will probably play mostly CQB at Steel City, but I'm not sure. If you could help me out, that would be great. Thanks. Alright, so if you're just getting into it, I would definitely recommend a G&G CM60 Raider or something along the lines of that.
The new GC series if you want a metal body.
Those are very nice.
Those are very nice.
They're really affordable. They're only like, I think it's like $160 for a CM16
for a Raider, yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be fully polymer except for like the barrel and buffer tube, I think.
Yep.
And then their internals are solid, so those are gonna last you a good couple years maybe. If you're not, would you say so?
I was waving at the camera.
Would you probably say that their internals will last you a good couple of years?
If you take good care of your stuff and you keep it all nice and clean, you don't beat it up too hard. Yeah, a combat machine will last you for a while. I know guys who bought combat machines when they first came out and they're still running, and they're still just going. Like there's one bad Matt's back there too. His is still running. Like they just run. I don't know. There's nothing too fancy about them. They're not super special, but they just kind of just like
they're very reliable.
They're very reliable and they just work. I like the GC series if you want a metal body. Like that 416 is nice.
If you see that you were looking to buy a pistol, get your AG first.
Yeah, get a good AEG. Get a rifle first.
Then get the pistol later.
A lot less maintenance. You're not going to have to worry about like taking it apart every now and then, cleaning it out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
AGs are definitely a good entry level gun.
Good answer, Bauer.
Thank you very much.
Good answer, Bauer. Bauer's on point today. Let's see here. Christopher Drusen. Thoughts on the Mad Bull Type Bore version 2. You slammed the little on the Mad Bull hop-up. Just wanted to be sure it's not garbage. I bought a Frankenstein gun last summer and it just has been breaking on me, so if that's cool, I'm not so mad about it. The Mad Bull barrels, I'm not really I don't think they're that bad. The only thing I don't like about them is they're not good for very long term. Like, you're gonna wear them out because they're Teflon coated. So that's just, you're gonna wear them out. Other than that, like, shoot fine. You ever had a Mad Bull barrel shoot bad on you? Hop-ups I don't hate.
I don't think I've ever owned one, actually.
You've never owned one? I had one. I even took a hacksaw to it because I wanted it in a 10-inch barrel. I took a 14.5 and I took a hacksaw to it. And then because they're made of aluminum, I just took a drill bit and I just beveled the edges and it worked fine. It was such a bad job. I did such an awful job, but it worked fine. Like,
it works.
It works.
It works. It works.
It works. It works. It looked heinous though. It was so bad looking.
Andrew Campbell, first amazing videos. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
These two guys. I play at Mercer Airsoft Center. You guys were amazing at Red Dawn. Thank you. That was actually a benefit game.
Yeah, it was a benefit game for
our friend Casey Cavalier.
His family, yeah.
His family, yeah. Second thoughts on the A&K PTW. I shot one in California on vacation when I went to e-bike, and it was amazing. Third, PolarStar versus PTW, go. In Dream Airsoft Battle Place, where it'd be an old military facility. And if I buy a PolarStar, what are the downfalls of it? I was thinking of the SOCOM Gear MK18 you sell. Thanks, Andrew.
Let's start from the top.
Okay, so
thoughts on the A&K PTW? Never shot one.
Never shot it.
Never shot one.
No, not ever.
Sorry, man.
All right.
Like I said, I only have opinions on things I've actually used. So.
PolarStar versus PTW. PolarStar.
Me personally, PolarStar because of cost.
Yeah.
It's purely because of cost. Like.
I had a customer switch over to HB because he was so afraid of dropping his gun into like some water and just destroying the motor, which is like, I guess, like $100.
Oh, it's it was like $250, dude.
All right, so yeah, so boom, gone.
GG.
Plus, I mean, if it breaks, you need to send it to someone specifically that can work on those things. They're not for someone that doesn't really know much.
You actually
about
have to like go through a certification to be able to be a tech on a PTW. I mean, we do it.
Yeah.
But
if you don't know what you're doing,
don't touch it.
Don't touch it. Dream Battle Place, old military facility.
I think he was referring to before when we were talking about where we'd like to play.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still sticking to Key West, dude. It'd be hilarious to charge across those bridges.
I got to play my dream place at the abandoned amusement park.
Yeah, that's true. We did get to play at an abandoned amusement park for Freelander. That was fun.
And downfalls of getting the PolarStar. Tank line. FCU
electronic
component.
Because that's the most fragile part.
Yeah. Really, that's it. It's easy to work on though.
Yeah, really.
Takes a couple seconds and it's done.
Yeah, just follow a video on YouTube. You can take the whole thing apart in like 15 minutes tops.
He's thinking about the SOCOM Gear MK18 you sell. I'll build it. You buy it.
If you buy it, he's the one that builds it. Personally, like the SOCOM Gear Mark 18s are really hard to get in, so I wouldn't really hold out too much hope on it. We're probably going to start putting up a bunch of Echo 1 Platinums, and we have Echo 1 Platinum Mark 18s, and those are a lot easier to get. Won't have the sweet Daniel Defense trades on them because, like I said, those are really hard to get now. But the Platinums are still VFC, still just as nice quality, and they have like tan, and they have that new gunmetal gray, which looks good. I really was impressed by that. I thought that looked gorgeous. That one might be a good way to go, personally.
All right. Next question comes from Raven Airsoft. Hey Amped, congrats on 5,000 subscribers.
Thank you very much. No, thank you guys.
I just moved over from paintball due to cost and was wondering what you thought about my situation. Should I go ahead and invest in a gun that is not upgraded and pay for upgrades as I go, or pay for a custom pre-upgrade gun? I have played Airsoft before and love it.
Woo! Firefighters! America, America, firefighter.
Alright,
Yeah.
Alright, I'm not so sure about this one. Do you guys want to answer this one?
So get a lower gun and upgrade it, or get a pre-upgraded gun. My thing about buying a pre-upgraded gun, what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to see what you like to do. Because a lot of guys like to play in very different ways. Like guys who like to play medic, they're not gonna need to have this super tuned gun because they're gonna be running around healing people constantly. So generally they're gonna have dudes watching their back. So they just need something to defend themselves whenever someone gets too close. Dudes who like to boot doors in, they're gonna want something that's short. So like really what I would suggest to you honestly is to start off with a reputable brand, AEG, and then decide what you want to run from there, and then as you progress through, just kind of add or subtract or buy a new gun. Like I would probably start with like a Crytek CR, depending on what, okay, let's say you want an M4. My favorite go-to expensive brand right now, Crytek, CRB or SPR, VFC, any of the VFC models, or a GMP. Personally, I would take one of the Cryteks or the VFC over the GMP. Now, because I own a lot of GMPs and they're just kind of finicky. But I would do that. If you want AKs, I'd get an E&L, and if you want, anything else, just kind of feel it out from there, and then just play and see what you like to do. And if your gun's not performing a certain way, just kind of toss. You don't have to go super expensive, but just kind of get a feel for it, see what it's not good at, and just kind of toss a couple parts here or there just to see what you want to do with it.
If you're starting out, get something just base, just good to go. And then when you finally are finally into the sport and you get that like high-end gun, it's going to make you appreciate that high-end gun more, because you're going to actually realize the capability of airsoft guns. You're not going to, so if you buy that high-end gun right off the bat, you're not going to have realistic expectations for any gun you get on later on.
Yeah, I like that. That's a very good point, because like I came from paintball too, and I was just impressed with how far airsoft guns shoot compared to paintball guns. Like it's like night and day. Like they shoot so much further. But like, yeah, just start it off, run it. I wouldn't go super pre-upgraded. Personally, it's just too expensive.
Unless you go like a HPA route, you're already used to paintball stuff, so
you might have some of the equipment already.
Yeah, so yeah,
that could be a thing.
That might be a good way to go.
Ryan McFozzle. God, I love the names in some of these. They're legit. Hi guys, nice channel you guys have going here. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I wish I could visit the shop, but sadly online purchases will have to do. Anyways, I'm an AK user. I always hear you guys praising the Pro and hop-ups for AR builds, and I was wondering if you had any experience with the AK version. Thanks, and keep it sexy. Hashtag AK swag. Hashtag cheeky breaky. All right, here's what I'm gonna say about the AK Pro-In. The performance difference between a stock AK hop-up is just not as great as it is with a Pro-In hop-up over a stock M4 hop-up. Like, you won't really notice that much of a difference. So, are they nice? Yes. But, do you need it? No, not really. And in all honesty, I've seen a lot of the Pro-Ins have fitment problems, which is, can be a bummer.
AK hop-ups out of the box are really nice hop-ups. Just don't touch them, it'll be good. It's like a TM, just don't touch it, you'll be fine. Unless you want to do like a flat hop.
Yeah, do a flat hop or an R hop or something like that.
The hop-up unit itself.
The hop-up unit itself is really solid. The problem I feel bad with AK users because they just don't know the M4 struggle. Because like an AK stock still shoots better than a lot of M4s. Like it's just the way they work for some reason, and like they just don't know. And then they're like, I need to get it better. I'm like, you're already shooting better than most people.
All right, the Tabstar.
Okay.
511 Tech Tac or Warrior DCS, and why? I don't care too much about the price, and if nor of them. Do you guys have another PC you recommend? No JPCs, they're ugly in my opinion.
Oh, no JPCs, Evan.
Mine was $20, I don't care.
Out of those two plate carriers, I'm not really a big fan of either one of those, if you want my honest opinion. In price range, they're okay. I would, in all honesty, if you want the best bargain for your buck plate carriers right now, I would go with the Mayflower APC.
Yeah.
I like the Faro Concept Slickster a lot. If you're running an AEG, especially, you don't need a back panel. The LBX Armadas little slick plate carrier is actually really nice too, and they're coming out with a whole bunch of new stuff for it, so that'd be super legit. 6094s, if you can buy them on sale, don't pay retail for them, but they're really nice. Yeah, yeah, that's about what I would do. I'm not a big fan of the JPC either because it just basically looks like I'm wearing a bra. Like, it's too small for me.
It looks normal on me.
It looks normal on you. It looks tiny on me, so I don't like it.
Alrighty. The next one comes from Sirius9576. Does anyone know of good fields in northern Ohio near Cleveland because my local field just closed? Hashtag good memes.
I think he's referring to
Gone but not
CIA.
forgot. Hashtag
Sorry,
fuck
guys.
bitches got babies. You guys are from Ohio, so
Roll with it, Evan.
Let's see, up there, well, Elite Action Force was up there. CIA is closed. Geez, it's been so long. And there's a good group of guys. It's not actually a field, but out in Ashtabula, there's these guys that run like their own little private field, but they're open to anyone to come out from 40 Ohio Gunners.
Find them on Facebook.
Find them on Facebook. They're a really cool group of guys. Let's see, Fallen Warriors, is that around there? It's been so long since I've been out there.
There's a couple. There's the one down in Dover. What's that one? Is that Fallen Warrior? What is that?
No, it's a
Warden.
No, that's yeah, that is.
Warden's in Dover. You could do Dover. Tuscarawas County.
Three Rivers. Oh, that's northwest. Never mind.
Well, that's Toledo.
Yeah, that's too far.
Erie.
Erie Indoor.
There's Erie Indoor if he wants to cross over from the Cleveland area.
Go to Mercer. That's too far. I used to live in like Akron area, and I used to go to Mercer almost every weekend. It's like an hour drive.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
Mercer's pretty okay place to play.
I used to work for Elite, so I only really went to like three places.
I
used to work for Elite Action Sports out in Madison, Ohio, a couple years ago. So
you got spoiled.
That? Yeah, OG, I got spoiled. Like I lived 2 minutes down the road, so I should go everywhere. So.
That's how we met, Evan.
And we didn't even know it.
We didn't even know it at the time.
We didn't even know it at the time.
Yeah.
yes.
All right, so we think we're gonna wrap it. Answered a lot of questions today, guys. Thanks for all the love. I appreciate it. Thanks for asking all the questions. Short little PSA real quick. So we got a whole bunch of new patches in. So start seeing those showing up on the website. So keep an eye out for those. A bunch of those I designed. We got a bunch more Violent Little Machine Shop patches coming in. So if you're a patch whore, we're the place to go. We got like 40 sets of those new Imperial credit cards from Violent Little. So we got those for days. Same thing with those limited edition Ghost PVC Brickman patches. Those are super sweet. We got those too. So keep an eye out. Other than that, I'm going to have a shout out to all of our sponsored players for hanging out with us. It's super cool. So like Tom and Fart and Catnip and all those guys, thanks for keeping sweet. ATF. I'm missing a few. ATC, I think. Yeah, I'm missing a couple. I swear there's one more. I'm sorry, guys. But thanks for shouting out. So here's what we're going to do from now on. Personal project of mine, we're going to start introducing this into all of our videos and stuff like that. And when we go to NatOps, I'm going to start a new hashtag. I'm going to call it hashtag Coalition of the Willing. So my goal is to make Airsoft more fun and more friendly. So whenever you see someone who's doing a good thing, whether they're just being very nice and sportsmanlike, they're not screaming at other people, they're being friendly to people who shot them, everybody's doing the right thing. I want you guys to be my army of willing. Go out and congratulate them. And if you see me at a field and you do something good, I will give you something. I will go out of my way to make sure you are taken care of because I like people who do the right thing. So I want to start this. Let's get it trending on all of our Instagram stuff. Take pictures, hashtag Coalition of the Willing. Let's do it. I want to see it spread like wildfire and make everybody be nice guys again because I feel like right now there's a lot of shade being thrown on the whole entire hobby in general. A lot of shade being thrown. So I think it's about time we bring it back out into the light and make sure everybody who deserves to be recognized actually gets recognized. So spread it around like wildfire. Otherwise, thanks for stopping by, guys. I got my battle buddies.
Ryan,
Evan.
Remember to ask questions down below in the doobly-doo. Check out all of our sponsored guys if you see them floating around on all the social media. And thanks for stopping by, guys. See you later on our first one out in the sun. It's so nice.
Glorious.